Okay, so I've been remaking my fake guides recently, and I just thought I'd share with you the remake of Megaman Xcitement. Alright, so, the next mission. It has been 3 years since the destruction of Sigma. Now absent from the world, X and Zero are doing their best to rebuild the world he has damaged for so long. Fellow comrade Axel has been sent on a rescue mission by Officer Zell. Reports state that Axel has not returned from the mission for the past 4 weeks. X and Zero head to the Alpha base for answers, though they are unaware that they are being followed by followers of Sigma. Even after Sigma's death, there are still those who wish to follow the path he took. X and Zero head to the Alpha base to find Surge, a Reploid who stores files for the Repliforce. Surge confesses that the files on the Axel report has been stolen by a woman by the name of Dynace. Before Surge can leak any more information, enemy ships fly in and begin to attack the Alpha base. X and Zero must flee the base if they wish to continue their search. So, the first stage is the attack on the Alpha base. As you can see, most of the enemies now are just ripped from Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, and a couple Zero titles as well. Now, the main goal of this level is to escape as quickly as possible. Remember, you can switch over to Zero on the fly by pressing the L button, and back to X with the same. The whole place is falling to pieces, and throughout the level a majority of platforms will disappear. Use the dash ability and jump right before the ships crash through the windows. In this level, if you can rescue 4 Repliforce soldiers, you'll get an E-Tank. You can find the first soldier heavily guarded by gun turrets in the lab. The second is kneeling on a ledge near a floating platform, and the third can be found if you jump down into the gap created by the large ship that crashes through the window. The final Repliforce soldier is on the ledge right before the exit to the building. After you leave the building, large missiles will fall from the sky and destroy a majority of the ground. At the very end, you'll encounter a boss. Now, the first boss is a Velgarder Cerberus. This large mechanical hound has a plasma cannon lashed onto its back that can deplete your health in an instant. Switch to Zero and take out the lowest head first. Dash under the boss when the top head is about to lunge. Slide out of the way when its large claw is about to slam into the ground. Use your charge shot to take out the remaining heads. Once the boss is destroyed, you will see an unknown figure jump into a ship and fly off. X and Zero try to chase after it, but they are too slow. Zell comes and orders X and Zero to return to the headquarters so they can think up a new plan on the whereabouts of Axel. Now in the headquarters, Zell will show a screen that reveals the location of 8 Mavericks that need to be disposed of. Each Maverick is guarding a clue to Axel's disappearance and information on Dynace. Like previous Mega Man games, you can fight them in any order. Listed below is the order you should face, based on their weaknesses. Alright, so the first Maverick we want to take down is Venom Scorpion, so we want to head to the Desert Laboratory first. Near the start of this stage, slide to the nearest ladder and climb down. At the bottom you will come across a light capsule and obtain the jet boots. Use the jet boots to hover over the sand pit scattered across the level. Head underground and avoid the falling rocks. Sidekick the walls up to the bird statue and enter the statue's mouth. Inside you will be in a large sand pit with the mini-boss. This large mechanical centipede is known as the Digger, can only be damaged if you attack its head or tail. The Digger will repeatedly pop out and back into the sand, so watch out for its pincers. In the next area, you may want to take cover and avoid the living arrows. You should eventually come across a large Sphinx statue in the middle of the room. Return to this area with the Twister Boost, which you get from Tornado Jaguar, and use it to reach the head of the Sphinx. On top of the head, you should find a health tank. Head up towards the torches and grab the extra life on the pedestal. Head back down and enter the chamber downstairs. There will be 2 blasters positioned on the ledge to slide out of their firing range. Climb up the ladder and take them out. Climb up the steps and enter the boss room. Now when you face Venom Scorpion, you'll notice that throughout the battle, Venom will hop from one platform to another. The platforms will rise and fall simultaneously. Dash and jump at the boss when on the highest platform. If you get him stuck on a lower platform, you can get in a few shots before he hops away. If you want the battle to end quick, switch to Zero, whip out your trusty saber. Collect your reward, the Venom Shot, and move onward. The next area we can go to is the Subway Coal Pass. For the first part of the stage, you have to navigate the subway while avoiding the train. When you hear a loud buzz and you see a warning sign, you have a few seconds to duck in a nearby ditch before you get ran over and have to start the level all over again. Near the end, climb the scaffold and head to the top. Snag the extra life and wait for the train to arrive. Drop inside and you will be taken into the second segment of the stage. Brutes are cluttering the train, so be on your guard. In the next area, you should come across a steel crate. You cannot break the crate until you obtain the boomerang scythe. When you have that sub-weapon, destroy the crate and grab the life boost. By the way, you get boomerang scythes from Sickle Antline. Try not to abuse the dash too much inside the train, since you can easily step on a mine. Jump to the ledge and enter the boss room. Now we're going to take on Neil Porcupine. This boss can be quite dangerous if you're not careful. Use the Venom Shot when Neil opens his shield to dash at you. Hug the walls when he begins to frenzy of spike shooting. Consistently wall kick up and down to evade his attack, then when he lands, nail him with a Venom Shot. Now we head to the stormy skies with the Storm Shower Air Fleet. The key to this stage is to time your jumps. Enemies in this area will stop at nothing to try and knock you off. Some platforms you can only stand on for a certain amount of time before they fall themselves. Blast open the window and jump through. Take out the enemies and climb down the ladder to uncover another light capsule. Step inside and you shall be granted with the Storm Helmet. Head back out and jump on board the large battleship. On board, multiple cannons will fire at you. Zero Saber can hack through a majority of these. When you reach the top, you must hop from one platform to another while taking out some Storm Riders. Enter the next ship and take the ladder up to face the boss. Now we face Tornado Jaguar. Now he is very quick and hard to pin down. Tornado will rarely stop dashing across the area unless you give him a taste of your Needle Shield. This ability will stun Tornado long enough to get a few shots in. If you want to take him out without the Needle Shield, wait until he launches from the ground, slide beneath him and slip in a few shots. Immediately slide back and begin dodging his attacks. You can also ride his Whirlwind up to take a shot, but make sure he doesn't meet you with his claws. After you defeat any 3 of the 8 Mavericks, you head back to headquarters. It appears Zell has enough clues to locate Dynace. Enter Red Canyon and prepare for an intense battle. Now when the mission begins in Red Canyon, a large dust storm will cover the screen. When the dust fades, the figure from the Alpha Base attack is standing on a stone structure not far. It is confirmed that this figure is in fact Dynace. She explains that she kidnapped Axel to get back at her master for abandoning her after the defeat of Sigma. Dynace claims that she is using Axel to attract her master and then kill him. X and Zero believe this is why she attacked the Alpha Base to take out Surge. Dynace takes out her laser whip and faces the Maverick Hunters. She claims it will remain a mystery to them, then prepares to strike. Now Dynace may be quick, but she has a simple pattern to follow. Her laser whip will always shoot in the direction her head is facing. Jump over her whip to nail her with a Venom Shot. When she stands in the far right corner, her whip will bounce up and down. Remain still between the curves to avoid taking damage. After you defeat Dynace, she will pull back and say she will settle the score with her master. She tells you to stay out of her business and disappears behind the sandstorm. Zell contacts X and Zero and takes them back to headquarters. It seems you will have to take down the remaining 5 Mavericks if you wish to find her in the next location. Alright, we want to head to the forest base first. This dense forest can be breezed through rather quickly if you snag one of the riders near the dead tree. Now you can go rock'em sock'em robounce on your foes, which is strongly suggested considering they pack quite a wallop. Try not to stay in the quicksand for too long and slide under the moss to snag an extra life. You can ride the beetle bulks as a boost to reach ledges from far away. Snag the one near the dead tree to obtain a life boost. Eventually, you will have no choice but to leave the rider. When this happens, you are near the boss. Take on the remaining enemies blocking your path and prepare for the next Maverick. Now, Sickle Antlion can be quite the opponent if confronted head-on, but if attacked from behind, he really doesn't stand much of a chance. Use the Twister boost to jump over Sickle and leave him open from behind. Do this quick before Sickle turns around. You will have to hop over his scythe at just the right time to avoid too much damage. Throughout the fight, tiny sickles will fly at you and easily drain your health. Stay away from these blades and stay behind him as much as possible. Your reward for beating him is the Boomerang Scythe. Okay, next up is the sewage plant. Throughout the sewage level there will be broken pipes, spiked walls, and toxic gas. When you enter the area with a bunch of ladders, slide to the right area and smash the blocks with your Storm Helmet. Wall kick up and you should locate another light capsule. This capsule gives you the armor model and cuts the damage you receive in half. Eventually you will come across an area with spikes along the wall, with small segments you can latch onto. As soon as you latch out, the side of the wall you're on will rise up while the other side lowers down. What you must do is locate the latch segment on the other side of the wall and hop towards it without falling upon the spikes. There will be some shroom shooters that try to take you out in the long run. Once you reach the top, enter the chamber in the upper left-hand corner and enter the gas chambers. The gas will deplete your health unless you stand in one of the air capsules. When the light in the background turns red, the gas will come on, and when it turns green, the gas turns off. Each light has a 9-second pause, so use this to your advantage. At the end, is the boss. Sledge Piranha will stay in his sewage muck most of the time, but will occasionally jump out to either spray you, lunge at you with a drill kick, or toss muck at you. When he jumps out, hit him with a boomerang scythe before he has a chance to attack. Latch onto the ladder segments on the side of the arena to get a clear shot.